Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the Florida Gators taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Gators will get us started with the opening kickoff. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Intercepted in the first drive, ends with a pick. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. At the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points. Now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall when the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. On the move. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing the pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Slips through the line. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And that's a welcome sign. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in first down. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice third down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it third and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory, because so far this season...
Turning it on! Slippery slide! Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State!
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there in that touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme.
He tries to take the top off. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
I don't know if anybody saw this happening. He's 0 for 6 to start the game throwing. He's just not seeing the field real well. The defense has done a great job in the back end with their pass rush, making life really hard on him. But they've got no points And it's not a...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
They'll try the right side. Big-time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
To the air on second down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Down to the 36-yard line, and some nifty moves to try to make a big play on the interception.
Well, everything was going so well for this team early here in this game, and now all of a sudden they get a critical mistake. And you know how college football, David, is about momentum. What is their defense going to be able to do here now when they take the field?
You're right, man. The momentum swings so fast, and now this defense's job is to go out and stop it, right? Like, we made a mistake.
Breaks into the open. The 30. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Gator!
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Got a little space. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. The throw to the outside is complete. Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Trying to turn the corner on the right. Gets it past the marker. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs.
Going for the big play. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Trying to get the corner. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
3rd down play from the gun. Finds a man on the left. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
He wants to throw it. Using the quick game. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires on the run. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. There he goes. He found plenty of room, and he gets him to the 39-yard line. And he was able to break one tackle, Jesse, and almost got away from another.
Man, this secondary, this defense, they better pack a lunch. When this guy has the football, you've got to get bodies to him. You better wrap up those legs and hold on tight. This dude's hard to tackle.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the back over the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Looking for more room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
How about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking downfield on first down. He makes a catch. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes. And
oh, he's got some space. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. To the air on first down. Makes the catch.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
28, 14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
The screen, and watch out. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Back open in the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but when it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Touchdown, Gators! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Snap it to the back. And some room to work. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Might be changing the route. They try to get it outside on the left. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll go with a direct snap. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Finding an escape route. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down for the offense.
The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride in stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action, buying some time as he moves left. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap game, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense, spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington State is getting dominated today, and friends, the folks in Pullman deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 35 to Washington. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run the screen. Plows through the defense. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really...
Turning it on! That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field. And they've had so many guys go in the first round in recent years. This dude right here fits that mold to a T. Love watching this guy play.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's open on the right. He's brought down the run. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, the defense can't afford to give up too many big plays like that. That was a simple day one go route. A guy just running straight down the field. You need your DBs to get to that football and swat that thing away. You give up too many more of those, you don't got a shot at winning this game.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Direct snap. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. He's stuffed after picking up one to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. And the Gators want to crank the tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Bringing it back. Finally brought down. But what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking to throw. Makes the grab. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Buckeyes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Quickly to the tight end. Breaks into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. He threw a pick the last time they had it down. They have to take care of the football. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Trying to beat the D deep. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Trying to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.